Mafia Definitive Edition has now been out for almost 2 weeks, and because of that, we found a lot of Easter eggs in the game. Last week, I uploaded 10 Mafia Definitive Edition Easter Eggs and Secrets. Well, this week, we've got a few more to add to that list. We're also going to include those Easter eggs from Part 1 in this video, because even though there are probably a ton more Easter eggs left in the game that we haven't found yet, I think that what we have here with this list is a lot of the bigger Easter eggs. So, these are all Easter eggs in Mafia Definitive Edition that we know about so far. If y'all enjoyed this video, learned something new, well, please give it a thumbs up. Let's go for 2,000 likes for Easter eggs, and also please subscribe. Number 17, if you actually head on down to the city cemetery, you can find the secret grave of a very familiar character, Frank Colletti. This one is pretty cool, in my opinion, because secret graves in video games are always fun and just spookily amazing to come across. And we know, if you play through the story, that Frank leaves at some point, and then at some point later on down the line, we find out where he went, and to find out that he ends up back in Lost Heaven, but this time, it's his grave. Is pretty grave, if you ask me. Number 16, Frank Nitty's outfit. So if you go to your wardrobe, by default, you can find an all-white suit. Now, originally, I thought this was just Don Morello's outfit, but it's actually instead a reference to a real-life mobster and also an outfit in a movie called Untouchables that the actor portraying this mobster named Frank Nitty wears. Now, Frank Nitty wore this outfit in the movie The Untouchables, which is based on the real-life events of Al Capone and one of his top henchmen, Frank Nitty. So, pretty cool reference right there. Number 15, the Crazy Horse. So, there's this vehicle that you can unlock in Free Ride called the Crazy Horse. It's this rat rod dragster type car, and it's pretty fast, and it's also really cool. But this is actually a reference to the show called The Sopranos, and one of the more prominent bars in that show called the Crazy Horse, that's actually owned by Christopher and Jackie. So what better way to reference another real-life mobster mafia type show than in a mafia type game, even if it takes place years and decades before the show. Number 14, Men in Black. So in my first Easter egg video, I mentioned how there's a secret UFO mission, and really it's not a secret because it's a playable mission that anybody can come across. But I wanted to clear up that while the mission itself isn't an Easter egg or a secret, even as cool as it is with the UFOs and stuff, it's actually the ending of this mission that provides a nice little Easter egg in reference to the Men in Black movies. So after you complete the mission and destroy the UFO, a Mantra prototype car, which can actually be obtained, which I covered in my secret vehicles video, 2 guys in suits get out, and then all of a sudden the screen flashes white and you wake up and the mission is over. And that's actually a reference to Men in Black and the Neuralizer, which they use, the guys in suits, to wipe out the minds of anyone who sees the Flash. Number 13, the original Lost Heaven map. So upstairs at Salieri's, you can find either on a table or on this board a map, and this is the original map from Mafia 1 before changes were made in Mafia Definitive Edition as the map is expanded and there's new parts added on. Number 12, the Titanic. So, as I mentioned in my first video, I'm classifying this as a Titanic Easter egg simply because this Easter egg was also in Mafia 2 and up for high debate on whether or not this is the Titanic, the sister ship, or just a random ship, because Mafia 1 and 2 take place in the 1930s, 40s, and 1950s, and the Titanic sank in 1912. But obviously, I think this is just a cool Easter egg referencing the Titanic. That's all. There's no debate to it. You can't get too intricate or too detailed because it's just an Easter egg. Kind of like with the UFO and stuff. We know that that's not real, but it's still a cool Easter egg. Number 11, Herbert Baskerville. So in Mafia 1, if a dog was taken out in an explosion, you could actually pick its head up and use it as a melee weapon. Also, there's a bug that causes pedestrians to walk around with the dog head if your computer just isn't good enough and it sucked. Or say you had a lot of programs running in the background and it was bogging down your computer, a lot of the NPCs would walk around with heads that were dog heads. So if you actually complete all 11 Herbert Baskerville missions in Free Ride, the final mission tasks you with taking him out. And when his identity is finally revealed, it's revealed that it's Doghead from Mafia 1. And also after completing this final mission, you can unlock the outfit for yourself. So while this may not be an Easter egg because it's playable missions that you can unlock, it's more or less a nice secret, but also a pretty cool reference to Mafia 1. Now, the rest of the Easter eggs from here on out can be obtained in story missions, and I've got them organized in the description based on different chapters that they appear in. And number 10 is the jumper. So this Easter egg was originally a minor detail in Mafia 1 that just set the game way ahead of its time. But in Mafia Definitive Edition, it's been revamped and changed more into an Easter egg. Because upon coming to this location in the mission Fair Play, we find the same man. But this time, there's a note that reads, "They say when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Well, life gave me syphilis." And then this man will jump off of the bridge. Number 9, the race car number 13. So also in this same mission, the number of the race car that you have to drive is a reference to the studio who put this game together. Minor little reference there, but that number 13 references Hangar 13. And number 8, while still in the mission or the chapter Fair Play, there's actually a secret ending. So at the end of this mission, instead of taking Paulie to his apartment that's marked on the map, if you instead listen to Drunk Paulie talk, he gives you directions to instead take him to a club versus his house. And if you do that, you can actually unlock a different ending, different dialogue, and also a nice, classy achievement.
That's it. That's the place. See? A blue sign.
Thank Christ.
Charles, it's me, Paulie.
Ah, jeez. Sweet dreams, tough guy.
Number 7, the Corleone Hotel. So this game is about the Mafia. I mean, that's what it's called, and so is the series. So there's got to be a reference to The Godfather, right? Some sort of Easter egg in there, even if the timelines, just like the Crazy Horse, are a bit out of whack. Well, in the game, there's a hotel called the Corleone Hotel, whose name is a direct reference to the Corleone family from The Godfather. Number 6, while still in the same mission, we can actually come across a clown strapped to a chair in one of these hotel rooms. Now, this in and of itself is a nice Easter egg, but believe it or not, it's actually a reference to Mafia 3. But that's not it. In Mafia Definitive Edition, in the free ride mission Pennies from Hell, there is also another reference to the clown from Mafia 3. And this time we find him tucked away in a bank vault. But in Mafia 3, in Chapter 15, Evil That Men Do, there's a clown that we have to take out named Captain Pennies. And in the free ride mission, Pennies from Hell, that's where its name and inspiration, I'm guessing, is derived from, all the way back in Mafia 3. Number 5, Hangar 13. There's at the airport a literal hangar numbered 13, which is another reference to Hangar 13, the creators of this game. And in the mission Crime de la Crime, where we take out Don Morello, this hangar is actually opened up, and that's where we just have a blazing gun battle happen at. And I would be mad if the developers of this game didn't reference Hangar 13 with a literal hangar that we could use. Like, imagine if we had to use Hangar 14 to take out Don Morello in this mission. That would just defeat the whole purpose. Number 4, no-nos. So, in the beginning of the mission election campaign, upstairs, dialogue can be heard discussing no-nos. Now, no-nos was the nickname of John DeFranzo, who passed away in 2018, who was an American mobster and former mob boss of the Chicago outfit. Now, the story of his nickname originated in 1949 when he sliced off part of his nose while jumping out of a window after a clothing store robbery. Interestingly enough, the police gave him back the missing part of his nose, and it was almost perfectly restored.
This idiot being part ways through one of his bullshit stories.
Since when have I told you bullshit stories?
Like the one about the Goomba who shot himself in the face?
Hey, No Nose was a hell of a guy. You would have liked him. Not to look at, but he had a sense of humor. Of course, he needed one looking the way he did. Poor bastard.
Number 3, also in this same mission, we can discover a sewer rat. In the sewers going into the prison, you can find a man who's looking for his pet rat.
Have you seen my rat?
Number 2, the prison doll. A creepy doll on an electric chair that you can beat up, and upon doing so, you're going to hear a creepy little girl start to laugh. I'm going to go ahead and check out of this one because that's just scary.
Hey!
And number 1, a reference to a man whose name I'm not going to say in hopes that YouTube doesn't demonetize this video for saying that because they can be pretty strict. But yeah, in this mission, just for relaxation, we can find the secret location of a newspaper that has some historical accuracy to it, which I think is pretty cool. And it's just tucked away there, just a nice little reference to real life. So anyways, those are 17 Easter eggs in Mafia Definitive Edition. I think these are some of the major ones. I'm sure over time there will be some minor ones that add to this list. But for now, these are pretty much all I could find after playing the game for almost 2 weeks. If I, for some reason, missed out on any, feel free to let us know down below in the comments because Easter eggs, secrets, and things like that are so amazing. And I just love coming across those in video games. If you enjoyed as well, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe with notifications on if you want to see some more video game Easter eggs, secrets, and things like that on the channel.